it's Joe Amoya, founder and creator of GPSforlove.com. Do you have a habit of getting involved with guys who suddenly disappear? Do you know that there are certain things, certain behaviors that you may unknowingly be doing, which may actually drive these guys away? Well, if so, I want you to pay close attention because in this video, you're going to learn what those behaviors are and you can learn what not to do so that you'll increase your chances of getting a guy to want to be with you. Okay, so there are three main behaviors that will drive men away. The first being is when a woman acts desperate, needy, or jealous. You see, when we're in high school, these things are cute. They're funny. But as a man grows, as he matures, as he's looking for a good, solid relationship partner, he realizes that these behaviors are detrimental to his happiness. See, when you are desperate, you are needy, you are jealous, those are all signs of insecurity. And ultimately, a man realizes in his life, in his journey, that no matter what he does, no matter what he says, no matter how much he loves you, if that's your stuff, he can't fix it. Trust me, I've been there on that. And it's a lesson that us men learn the hard way. So as we mature, as we go on our journey, when we see a woman who's desperate, needy, or jealous, we realize that, you know what? It's never going to work. It's never going to be the relationship that we're really looking for. So what do? We bolt. The second behavior that will drive guys away is when a woman puts up emotional walls. So what do I mean by that? Well, emotional walls are really what it sounds like. There are walls where your emotions are so strong, they're so reinforced that you don't allow a guy in. They're impenetrable. Like Superman can't get over them or through them. Now, there comes a time in a guy's journey when he's with a woman who has these emotional walls where he realizes that, you know what, there's nothing I can say or do that's going to allow her to take down her walls. And what you need to realize is that a man wants to be with a woman who is vulnerable, who allows him to protect her, because that's what makes a guy feel good about himself. That's what makes him feel significant, when he knows that his woman trusts him with her heart, with her body parts, with everything, for him to show up and be a man. And when that woman then comes back and says, you know what, thank you so much for protecting me, for being there for me, for being my man, that makes him feel better about himself. So when you have emotional walls up and you don't allow a guy through, you deprive him the opportunity of being a man and getting the recognition and the significance he can from his partner. Now, if you've been hurt, you have every right to have walls up, but you have to realize is that no one gets through when you have walls. What I recommend is you take down those walls and you replace it with an emotional fence. See, a fence is much different. A fence allows the right people to get through, but it keeps out those who are detrimental to you and your emotional well-being. Now, the last behavior that will drive guys away is when women emasculate men. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, it's when a woman criticizes, she puts down, she ridicules, she tells him how much he sucks. See, I've been a guy for a while, and I can tell you, we don't want to be with a woman who makes us feel worse about ourselves. We have huge egos as men. We want to be important. We want to be that knight in shining armor. So when a woman comes along and tells us how much we suck, how much she's better than us, how much we can't do shit, well then you know what? We feel like crap about ourselves. I can't tell you how many men I've come across that have been married and in relationships and who are with a woman who emasculated them, who constantly put them down, told them they didn't make enough money, constantly told them they were stupid, they were dumb, they weren't intelligent, and just kept chipping away and chipping away and chipping away at their ego. And what did those guys do? Instead of going for a divorce, they simply checked out of the relationship and they went and found a woman who made them feel better about themselves. See, what I want you to understand is why this behavior is so detrimental is because when you emasculate a guy and you put him down and you make him feel like shit, he's not going to feel good about himself. And he's going to go, what's wrong with me? So any woman who comes along, who starts making him feel better about himself, who starts paying attention to him, well, then all of a sudden he's going to go, well, maybe it's not me. And he's going to fall into that trap. I'm not justifying it. I'm not saying it's the right way to do things. I'm just trying to help you understand human behavior, especially the mind and the behavior of us guys, because I know you're like, I can't figure you out. Well, we're really not that complicated once you understand human behavior and what drives most men. So I really want you to understand not only this type of behavior, but all three of these behaviors. Because if you're looking for a long-lasting, successful, happy, and fulfilling relationship with an emotionally available man, it is imperative that you don't do any of these three behaviors. Because if you do, I promise you, you may have a relationship, but it will never be the relationship that you are truly looking for in your heart. Okay, so there are three types of behaviors that will drive men away. Let's review. The first one is when a woman acts desperate, needy, or jealous. Again, signs of insecurity. The second is when a woman puts up emotional walls that doesn't allow a guy through, where he can love her and he can be the man that shows her that he will protect her and keep her safe. And the third is when a woman emasculates a man, where she puts him down, where she criticizes him, she ridicules him, she makes him feel worse about himself as opposed to make him feeling better. You see, the reason why these three behaviors are so vital and so detrimental is because when a woman does these, it actually pushes a guy away. It makes him realize that this is not the kind of woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. Now, the good news is if you're aware of these and you're not doing these, it's going to make you stand out. When the right guy comes along, and the key word is right guy, he's going to realize that you're different. You're secure in who you are. You're willing to be vulnerable, to open yourself up, to allow him to love you, to be the man. And you're building up his ego. You're making him feel better about himself. And who doesn't want to be around somebody who makes them feel better about themselves? So these are great things to know, but they're more importantly, they're better to do. So did you like this video? If so, and you find it helpful, I want you to hit the like button below. Share it with your friends and loved ones, and make sure you subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, make sure to post them below. I'd love hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Much love.